I want to spend this time talking to you guys about the second legs of the Champions League. And I want to kind of go and give you all my prediction and let you know if I think a team can come back from the deficit or if it's a GG, no re, we moving on. It is what it is. We got so many games to talk about, and we're going to go absolutely in order. I know all of y'all want to know about Real Madrid and City, what I think is going to happen in that game. And that's what we're going to get into because I do think City failed heavily. But it's neither here nor there. Let's start off with the Brest and the PSG game, where it's 3-0, and I got to say this one here is a GG, no re. I don't think that Brest is going to have enough to be able to overcome this. I think this is a deficit that's just too hard to overcome. 3-0 is hard for any team to overcome. They would have to beat PSG 4-0 to advance, 3-0 to be able to take it to extra time. Lads, I just don't think it's possible, especially with the form that Dembele's in. I think that Dembele should be talked about in Europe. I think people need to realize what he's doing. Dembele's stats are absolutely insane. If I pull up Dembele's stats right now, which first stat we need to talk about is how this guy is staying so healthy, because that's something that was not really happening for him when he was at Barcelona. We all knew he was talented. He just couldn't stay healthy. We'll start off with Ligue 1 in 2024-2025. 19 games played, 16 goals and 4 assists. He has 20 contributions in 19 games. We go to the Champions League, 7 games played, 6 goals, 1 assist. Lads, you understand what I'm telling you right now? I'm telling you 27 contributions. 27 contributions in like 26 games, something like that. Mental stats here. Mental stats. Dembele deserves his flowers this summer. He is this winter, this summer, whatever you want to call it this year. He's going off. Congratulations to Dembele. We should talk about him more, but we don't. But we should. Now, with that being said, we go to Sporting versus Dortmund, which Sporting is a team from Portugal I watch very heavily. I think their new coach, Roy, is got this one wrong in a massive way. But I also want to say to all my Sportingistas, if you're watching this, it's very difficult for them because they've dealt with massive injuries. Gyökeres is injured. Morita's injured. Nuno Santos got injured in the beginning of the season. Inacio's been injured. Diomande can't play the next game because of a red card. There's another player. Apalt has been out since Ruben Amorim left. It's been an awful run for Sporting, and the run is over. With all due respect, I do not see Sporting under this manager beating Dortmund 4-0. And listen, if it was at the Alvalade, I would say it's a possibility, but you have to go to one of the loudest, most jumping, most popping stadiums in all of Europe. You have to go to this German stadium in Dortmund that is absolutely the best of the best, the top of the top, the busy serious, bro. These fans be crazy, bro. You got to go there and beat them 4-0. Sorry, bro. That's a GG, no re. Sporting's Champions League campaign is over. Put your B team in, put your 21s in, put whatever you got to put in. Don't show up with the real team, bro, because you can get some rest. That is a GG, bro. That is cooked. That is barbecue chicken. We move on to Juve versus PSG. My boy, McKennie, what a slapper, bro. He scored a banger in that game, I'm pretty sure. This is still an interesting game and a very open game. I'm not 100% sure, if I'm being honest, how the PSV is a team that can turn this around. The first game was, I believe, in Italy, right? That in the Italian Stallion Stadium. But now you got to go to PSV. So this is a game where, honestly, bro, I can see it go either way. If PSV hits early, obviously Juve's the favorites here. But if PSG hit early, this could be a game where I could see it go 2-0, because Juve's done, from what I've seen this year, they've done a pretty good job at tying games. But that goes in their favor as well, because if they tie this next game coming up, they're advancing because they won 2-1. So if they play for a 1-1, a 0-0, which is very possible for Italians, they'll be going through. And because of what I know about Italian Stallions, I got to be real with you. I think the Italian team's going to go through. I think Juve will get the job done simply because Italian teams defend really well. And I think they'll be able to play for a 0-0 or a 1-1 result. So I think PSV might be in a little bit of trouble. The big one, Man City versus Real Madrid. It's a tough one for Madrid, bro. It's a tough one for City. And I'm going to tell you why it's a tough one for City. If you go into Real Madrid with a 1-goal lead, even tied, there's a good chance. But you got to go there and beat Real Madrid. 1-1 is enough to get you to extra time. 1-0 is enough to get you to extra time. You got to 2-0 them. So you're telling me that you're going to keep Vinny, Rodrigo, Mbappe, Jude Bellingham quiet for 90 minutes and you're going to beat them 1-0? Listen, Barcelona showed them that barbecue chicken, and maybe City can do the same thing, right? Maybe they can expose them. But I find it very, very hard to stop this team. Barcelona does it well, but Barcelona knows it's a good matchup for them. City's defense hasn't been good enough this season to keep somebody to 0 goals. So unless they can beat them 3-1, which still 3-1 would go to extra time. I just don't see it. 3-1, right? It goes to extra time, right? I'm pretty sure that would go to extra time. So wait, does 3-1 go to extra time? Am I doing this math right? Yeah, it does, right? No, it doesn't. No, it doesn't. Yeah, you got to math that better, bro. That would be them going through, right? Because 4 or 5. Yeah, that would be them going through. Yeah, my bad. But what I'm trying to say is you got to 3-1 them. Do you think that City can 3-1? It's in Real Madrid Stadium. I don't see it. I don't see it. Do I see a 2-1 and them going to extra time? I mean, it's possible. It's possible, but then you still got extra time. So I think I'm going to take Real Madrid in this one, simply because I think that City's going to have to open up, which they always open up, and Real Madrid's going to be able to counter them. This is Real Madrid's game now, bro. This is exactly what they want. City has to come forward, over the tops to Mbappe, through balls to Vinny, Rodrigo down the wing, Jude Bellingham controlling the midfield. I think this one's going to go. I think this one's going to go to Real Madrid. Up next, we got Club Brugge versus Atalanta. Club Brugge with a late game winner with a penalty. I got to be real with you. I think Atalanta is going to pull this off. It goes back to Italy. Atalanta is a very hard team. Again, the Italians are a very hard team to beat, a very hard team to score on. I think Atalanta scores early. This game goes to extra time and maybe even penalties, and Atalanta might win on penalties. I think Atalanta is going to go through. That's who I'm going to pick. But Club Brugge, bro, it's a good team. All right, so but I think Atalanta might see this one through. Up next, we got Celtic versus Bayern. Celtic played a hell of a first game, lost only 2-1. It was a great match from them, but I think Bayern's going to be able to get this one done because I believe it goes back to Bayern, right? Yeah, it's going back to Bayern. So again, just like the Dortmund game, you got to go. You got to go to Germany. So I think Celtic will go to Germany, and I could see Bayern not having a field day. I don't think Celtic are going to get blown out. But I could see like a 3-1 victory. Maybe it's going to be hard for Celtic, man. If they would have tied at home, we could have seen something. But to make that comeback is going to, without the away goals, man, it makes it very, very hard if you lose the first game, in my opinion. The next game is my Benfica versus Monaco. I think Benfica's in a little bit of trouble. I'm going to be honest with you, man. It goes back to the start of the lose, so it's coming back to Portugal. We won there 1-0. When Monaco got the red card, which was a real weird red card because the player, what happened was our player was on a yellow card. Caretas, our left back, and he made a foul. And when he fouled, their midfielder, who came from Portugal, used to play for Brugge, was very mad that Caretas doesn't get a second yellow card, which is not a foul for a yellow card. I don't know why I would have never given a second yellow. And I'm not saying that because I support Benfica. And he went to the ref saying like this, give a yellow, and the ref pulled out a yellow and gave it to him, and it was his second yellow, and they gave a red card. That's crazy. A second yellow for asking for a yellow is wild. I know you're supposed to give a yellow for, but to kick somebody out is crazy. I don't think the refs help Benfica, but I do think that's kind of harsh, but I understand it because you're not supposed to tell the ref to give a yellow card. So either way, Benfica had like 30 chances after that, and they couldn't score. They were winning before the red card, but they couldn't put more goals in, which is going to make it difficult. But I think Monaco are missing 4 starters for this upcoming game, and it's in Benfica. I think Benfica are going to be able to play for a tie and see this one out and advance. I hope so, at least. Feyenoord versus Milan. This is a wild one. Milan loses against Feyenoord in the first game, but now it's on its way back to AC Milan. And I think this will be a low-scoring game. I think it'll end 2-1, probably head to extra time as well. And I don't really know how to call this, but I'm going to say that AC Milan sees it through because of Sergio Conceição. He's one of those managers that just knows how to dig deep. And I think that AC Milan do have a lot of talent. So do Feyenoord. Feyenoord gave Benfica a freaking game this year. They cooked Benfica. They played so well. When they play football, they play some crazy football. But it makes me believe AC Milan, being in Italy, can flip this around. But that's probably the game I'm the most unsure about right there, bro. I'm not really sure what's going to happen. I'm thinking AC Milan, but if Feyenoord goes through, I wouldn't be surprised. I want y'all to get in the comments down below and let me know what you think. Did I give good predictions here? Did I mess up completely? Was I wrong? Was I not? Try to be non-biased when I make these predictions, but I'm going to go with that. I just think that without the away goals, when you leave with the win in these games, I think it makes it really complicated for the other team to come back, especially if you have to go back to their stadium. You know, it's tough. Like Benfica winning away, and now you have to come to Portugal with players missing. That's tough. Dortmund winning away, and now you have to go to Dortmund. That's tough. You know what I'm saying? It makes it very, very complicated. Real Madrid winning away, and now you have to go to Spain and play them in their house with their fans. That's tough. Let me know what you guys think, man. Champions League's awesome this season, though. I'll tell you what.